I was just sent a video clip done in, I think, 2014 by my friend, if I can call him my friend, Phil Lane Jr. And it was on the white buffalo calf prophecy. And it was sent to me by another shaman, a friend of mine, Oscar Bolivar. I haven't asked him why he sent it to me, but it was interesting. I listened to the whole thing. It was quite an interesting presentation of the white buffalo calf prophecy concept. But strangely enough, it was very, very different from what I have been taught and have been teaching. So I'm wondering if maybe I should do a white buffalo calf prophecy video clip, but present it somewhat as well as Phil Lane presented his idea, or maybe just leave it alone. And the notion of the white buffalo calf, my knowledge and information comes from not my grandfather and father as Phil's does, but mine comes from Chief Arvo Looking Horse himself, and having been on the Unity ride of Chief Arvo Looking Horse, and having ridden his horse Babe, who on the ride carrying the sacred bundle of the white buffalo calf woman. Now there is the white buffalo calf woman, and there's the white buffalo calf prophecy, and there's just the white buffalo calf. The actual white buffalo calf, I went to the Hyder farm in 1994 after it had been born. So I went to where the acknowledged white buffalo calf of the prophecy was born. And I don't know if I still have pictures of that, but I remember all the trappings around the farm where it was called the Hyder farm. It was in Wisconsin, just north of Chicago. And I went there carrying the Unity drum, and I went and I played the Unity drum at the Hyder farm to empower the notion of the white buffalo calf prophecy, which I carried with me as I carried the eagle and the condor. The eagle and the condor and the white buffalo calf are not too different in terms of what their overall message is. I wonder if people have even considered, what the notion of the relationship between the eagle and the condor coming together and the white buffalo calf prophecy. I am aware of it because it was part of my life. That's where I was carrying the idea that we are all going to come together as one in some form, and the notion of that form was the white buffalo calf prophecy. That was the notion was when the white buffalo calf is born, and this is totally different than Phil's story, which is a good story. But the idea was when the white buffalo calf is born, it signals that the what would you call it? The DNA of the animals have been bleached white, and that we need to come together at that time. It was the signal for the coming together of all humans. And then this has been expanded to the coming together of the eagle and the condor, which was the message that we carried to Chichen Itza in 2012. So I see those two ideas as being a singular idea, and that the idea that has been handed down to Phil is not quite the same, but it's interesting. In the closing of his video, when he's talking about the white buffalo calf prophecy, his closing frames is a photo of the eagle circling above. And it's that circling above of the eagle that comes together with the condor in 2012 that signaled all the prophecies coming together in Chichen Itza in 2012. And it gives rise also to where we are today, is how do we now manifest the story after 2012, since Mundo Maya has disbanded. Now, the disbanding of Mundo Maya is an interesting opportunity. Prior to 2012, the Mundo Maya countries and states of Mexico came together in order to promote the 2012 experience. And the events in Chichen Itza, where I, in my capacity as message carrier, and also I held sacred space at the volunteer circle outside of Biste. And my role, I guess, was just to keep the sacred space. And it was from there that we met many of the elders, and we traveled with them to Mexico City, Malinaki. I don't know how you say that, but but I traveled with the Itza Council, and then they disbanded. So one of the projects that we are working on today with Sonia, the woman that we met in Mexico here, who happens to be a governess, and she has this position that it's sort of like once you're a governor, you're always a governor. And she is now introducing me to maybe a fellow by the name of Roberto Palazuelos. Roberto Palazuelos. Now, Roberto is a very interesting character. He owns a number of hotels, and he's done a 12 or 14 or 15 episode reality TV program that looks like extremely well produced for MTV. And I think I can add value to that existing production in his international sales. It's something that I'm sure he hasn't thought about, because what I have observed shouldn't exist in a final presentation of a professional production. But it's not his fault, because he probably didn't check the subtitles to see if they're relevant. Not only are some of them irrelevant, they are not timed well in the production, and at least 30% of the English translation will be missed by the average user. I consider myself an average user, and I missed 30%. I'm sure some people could have been better informed than myself. Anyways, Roberto Palazuelos is an interesting character, and we'll see if he wants to do business. Sonia says he should. having watched the content of his reality show, I think he needs to do a little more work on himself before we're going to be able to work with him. He has some issues, I think. But he does some great production, great looking guy, great presenter. You know, it doesn't get better than that. So we'll see. We will see. And this is a 10-minute blurb. I hope it finds you well. And we'll see what happens in the future. But now I'm waiting to hear from Roberto Palazuelos, rather than waiting for the mayor of Playa del Carmen. It's funny, I'm always waiting. Have a great day.